All right, pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law, General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20, and the Governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place. This meeting of the Committee on Administration and Finance will be, co-posted committee of the whole will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and/or parties with the right and/or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the city's website at salem.com. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so despite best efforts, we will post on the City of Salem's website an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. Individuals may participate remotely via remote participation platform called Zoom, the link for which is posted on the city website. So with that said, the City Council Committee on Administration and Finance co-posted committee of the whole met remotely on Thursday, July 2nd, 2020 at 6 p.m. for the purpose of discussing the matters listed below. Notice this meeting was posted on June 30th, 2020 at 10:59 a.m. This meeting is being recorded. Absent is Councilor Flynn, who is working his other job, and also absent is Councilor Dominguez. Present, not being a member of the committee, is Councilor Dibble. We have one item on our agenda from the fiscal year 21 operating budget and enterprise funds, which is number 33833, the PEG Access Enterprise Fund. As was discussed in the previous meetings and in the solicitor's meeting, this is a new enterprise fund that has to be established per federal regulations. As in previous years, the money that was given to Comcast or that was given by Comcast to SATV in previous years was given directly by Comcast to SATV, but due to new federal guidelines, it has to be passed through the city in an enterprise fund. It's just dollar in, dollar out. So with that, let me just grab, sorry, I forgot to grab this in my book. So let me pull this from the spreadsheet. Bear with me for a second, otherwise we'd be done already. I just have to pull up the exact amount. Sorry, I only got here a few minutes ago, so. All right, so this is, if you want to bother looking in your budget book, this is 8417. And again, like I said, this is a new enterprise fund. It has the amount from, if you look in the budget book at 8418, that has the amount that had gone through previously, and then the budget is set again. That's just a direct path through from Comcast to SATV for their operating budget. So unless there are any questions, if there, Councilor McCarty.
Of course I have questions, Mr. Chair. Thank you. Just a quick question. Do you, and I see that Mr. Kennedy is in attendee as well. I don't know if he had, but two questions. Why is the amount increased? Do we know why the difference year over year is going up? Is it just solely based on Comcast fees? So it means
Totally based on what
Comcast is getting more.
Comcast.
So Comcast is getting more, therefore the fund is getting more.
Comcast is bringing more into the fund, yes, so that goes through.
Okay, so it's just solely a pass through. That's good. And then I had a question on the nonprofit piece.
Mm-hmm. What would that be? Or
it says, in addition, the city has entered a 10-year agreement.
Yep.
An agreed amount is transferred to SATV quarterly.
mm-hmm.
I don't know, I never heard of that piece. I was curious as to what that goes towards. Obviously SATV and operations and all of that. I didn't know if there was any additional like community outreach or programs. I definitely know of SATV. I used to be a member there way back. I think we all know my story that I shared at the retreat of my background. So I'm a little familiar with production, but I think in this current state, you know, I would love to hear a little more information about what we could be doing more of going forward, like even just getting our meetings that we're doing virtually and they're all being recorded, to get those up online quicker. The additional spots that we have meetings at. So I know that council chambers have been hardwired for live broadcasting, as well as school chambers. But I'm wondering if there are any plans for adding like the community life center or other areas where we might be having meetings. I'm just, if there have been any of those conversations, because I really feel that we could be moving forward and kind of increasing our ability to have accessibility with our SATV programming and our city services.
Well, first of all, let the record reflect that Councilor Dominguez has joined us, and also Pat has raised his hand to, since he's with SATV, so I'll allow him to talk. And then Pat, if you want to unmute yourself and feel free to chime in with any of this that you'd like.
All right, hello. Can
Yep.
Can you guys see and hear me?
We can't see you, but we can hear you, which is fine.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for allowing me to speak. Hello, counselors. Counselor Riccardi, we've obviously been we upgraded our outreach starting at this whole pandemic, with obviously covering a lot of the online city meetings, with a lot of different meetings that we had never covered before, which went beyond things like planning board, zoning board, school committee, city council, things like that. And now we try to cover almost most city related meetings that are online, and hopefully we'll continue to do so. And right before the pandemic, we actually secured live feed locations at the Community Life Center, as well as City Hall Annex. So it's funny, right when we got those problems solved and were able to actually have live meetings from those two locations, those locations were not used anymore, and that was at the beginning of March. But those are ready to go whenever those locations are open back up, especially City Hall Annex, to be able to go live with the public meetings that will hopefully happen at some point in the upcoming future. And as well, with the city's IT department, with Matt Killen and Ollie, we're able to get that system going live. So not only will it be the your school committee chambers, city council chambers, City Hall Annex, Community Life Center, it'll also be able to go live from buildings such as the police headquarters, the main fire station, and then every single school in Salem, as well as I believe there's another one or two city locations, possibly the DPW building in another one. So those will be all of our live locations, and we're able to go live just from an internet outlet on the wall. So we actually did confirm and troubleshoot that right before the virus hit in beginning of March. So that is ready to go whenever normalcy returns. So.
Councilor Riccardi, you still have the floor.
Oh, sorry. Great. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate the details, and that's great to hear. Sorry that we weren't able to actually utilize it right away, but hopefully we can soon in the future. My last comment that I wanted to make was a question about broadcasting. So obviously items are broadcasted on the SATV channels. Is there any way to also be broadcasting those for those residents that do not have any sort of cable hookup? So broadcasting simultaneously on like our YouTube channel. I believe we tried it, or you may have tried it once with the Haunted Happenings Parade, but I feel that that would also be an added benefit to add another avenue for residents to see and hear these city meetings that don't have Comcast like myself.
Can you hear me again?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we obviously that's a kind of the next step in everything, is being able to broadcast, whether it be live on our website or YouTube Live, or even utilize Zoom for live feeds that aren't just computer cameras and microphones like we're using, but an actual video production feed into the Zoom, which can happen as well. So that's definitely something we're looking into, and it all depends on future upgrades. Probably within a year or so, getting upgraded in our whole broadcast system, which will then be able to do that a lot easier. So not only will we go live to our channel, we'll be able to go live right off of our website as well. So that is definitely in the future. So
Is there an upgrade that's stopping us now, or is there an actual system upgrade that needs to happen in order to live broadcast to like YouTube per se? You know, I know we can live broadcast to Facebook. I'm just curious what.
the YouTube live broadcast stream isn't as let's just say it doesn't work quite as well that we like it to, but that is all things that we are working towards. But unfortunately, it right now we're kind of we've been doing a lot of work and a lot of it's from home, but for our upgrades to happen, we need to actually be in the office full time again, where the staff feels safe, and then the company that would come in and do our upgrade. So that's actually, I've been in talks with the company and the staff, and we are technically opening on Monday to the public. So hopefully that will happen soon, and we just physically need to be able to be there as much as we can, but still being able to be safe to get these upgrades up and running. So
Thank you. Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions about this, Councilor Dominguez?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to ask Patrick, I want to say thank you for his services before I ask any question. I'm happy to participate in so many programs for so many years, and I used to be in the board director of the Salem Asset TV, and I'm very close to what they do. There is Patrick, any impact during the pandemic on the service that you provide? And if you have any plan in the future, how are you going to be operating in place?
Well, the biggest impact that we've had would having to actually shut our doors to most of the public. So we haven't had all the public come down, whether they be members or just general Salem residents who usually come in to either be part of programs and come in to do learning. So that's been our biggest impact. And you know that, Councilor Dominguez, because Inside Salem hasn't taped there in months. You know, there's been a lot of shows that have been impacted in the members' use. So that's definitely our biggest impact. Obviously, you know that at the beginning of March when this all hit, we kind of went full speed ahead at adapting to covering all these meetings online, which is totally different than pretty much anything we've all done before. So, you know, I think that going forward, like I said, we are technically opening to the public on Monday, July 6th. Even though it'll be kind of staggered still, you know, not full hours here and there and everything, but trying to, I think the best way we can go forward is to get members to feel comfortable to come back and utilize our facility as a learning tool, and then for us to really go out and continue what we do, covering meetings and covering the public, but also continue to cover meetings that aren't online. Once the meetings start, all the different city meetings and different boards, different committees, to go and cover those meetings just like we've been doing online. So being able to go to these different locations, whether it be City Hall Annex, Community Life Center, what Salem Housing Authority, wherever the meetings might happen, being able to do that. And also, like Councilor Riccardi had asked about, not only being able to do that live on our channel if possible, but also being able to do it live online too, whether it be through our website, through our YouTube channel, Facebook Live, whatever it may be. So that's how we really have to gear forward, no matter what happens health-wise in the next 6 months or a year here on the North Shore. We're going to be here and we're going to be covering it. So.
Just a follow, Mr. Chairman, if I might.
Okay, briefly, please. Go ahead.
I know that during before the pandemic, I know you was involved, and I feel that maybe Councilor Riccardi touched this, but I came in late. You was involved in getting any update on the communication or technology that you use. Will you finalize? Are you in the process, or where you are right now?
Or are you talking about our live stream capabilities?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Right before you got in, we had spoken about that at the beginning of March, right before the pandemic hit here, with myself and a couple of my staff, along with the city IT department. We were able to finalize and get up and running the live locations at City Hall Annex, as well as the Community Life Center, which also means that every other building in the city should be able to be hooked up and is hooked up. We just haven't been able to go test with the pandemic happening, but that means every school in the city, as well as every other municipal building, should be ready and set to go when things actually do happen, when events happen at these locations again. So.
All right, so anything else? And unless anybody has anything else to add, I'll see a motion on that. Councilor Hepworth. Make sure to unmute. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Councilor Hepworth moves for approval of the PEG Access Enterprise budget of $691,250, seconded by Councilor Dominguez. And seeing no further discussion, I will take the roll and grab one last form. Councilor Dominguez.
Yes.
Councilor Flynn is not here. Councilor Hepworth.
Yes.
Councilor Riccardi.
Yes.
Myself, yes. So with 4 councilors voting for in the affirmative, none in the negative, the matter of the PEG Access Enterprise Department total of $691,250 passes. I'll see another motion. Councilor Dominguez.
Motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn. That was easy. Thank you. We are adjourned.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Have
you,
a
Patrick.
good for your life for everyone.